What's up, y'all? It's your boy Broadway, and good morning. It's Hump Day, Wednesday. We 2 days after the Tokon Fighting Souls beta, and I got some impressions. I got some things to say, but as always, let's start off with my history with Marvel Fighters. I have none. That's my history. I've never played no Marvel versus Capcom and nothing like that. All right. And on top of that, this is probably my first true tag fighter besides 2XKO that I've also started playing within the last week or two. So, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I kinda love it. And I miss it already. And I really need to get back on this game. Alright? Now, you see my team, the Monsoon Royalty. Storm, here's the funny thing. I came into this beta expecting to be a Blade main, and I completely forgot how. Not even forgot, but I completely just didn't realize how fun that Storm was gonna be. She's just awesome to play with. And I played about 8 hours of the beta. You're only gonna be watching literally my last match of the beta right before I had to go put my son to sleep on the night of on Sunday. And this is the match when my brain finally kicked into Tokon mode and I started learning and I started really having a good time. Cause I'm used to Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, very specific 1v1, kind of slow and methodical. This game can be methodical, but this game is quick as fuck. So, and just the defensive options with it, the offensive options it gives you, I had to really get used to it. I'm not used to a fast game like this. Sorry about that. But let's just start off from just base positives. And that's the presentation of this game. I think this is one of the most well presented fighting games since MK11. And do I personally like playing MK11 that much? No. But that game is beautiful. And I can't take away the presentation of everything from it, from the menus to the supers to everything, enders, finishers, startup screens. Everything about that game is S tier, perfect presentation. And I think Tokon is a damn near close one. I love the look of this game. I love the animations. And I haven't played this on the channel yet, but bringing in Invincible Versus, I love the camaraderie and the back and forth, the dialogue between the characters during the fight. Like, they know each other. This world has existed, and they've had to work with each other for a while now at this point. And I think I was in training mode, and it made me laugh out loud. I did a super on Iron Man. I think it's Storm's level 2 super. And she's like, Mother Earth, she speaks through me. And she said it, and Tony Stark was like, please don't. So, I love that, Invincible Versus kind of beats it out for me just because it has a lot of cussing in it. But this, it gets close, man. I love the back and forth between characters. That just kind of ties in with the presentation. The voice acting is on point. We're gonna go in from basic positives like that now into really deep things like mechanics and game feel. One of those things is going to go into the negatives, but we'll save that for a little bit. But one thing I do like about this game is the fact that they have, I'm not talking about the auto combos here, but the combo routing and how you do your special moves, what buttons special moves are tied to. I do like that they took the 2x KO approach, and you can either do motion inputs for traditional DPs and all that stuff if you really like doing that execution heavy stuff, or you can tie them to a single button in single direction inputs and do it that way. And I think that's still pretty technical and hard, but for me it's hard doing those weird quarter circle Z motions, man. It's my fingers can't do it. I'm I grew up on Mortal Kombat. I didn't grow up playing like Alpha, Street Fighter, and all that type of stuff. So doing those crazy, weird like thumb motions, I can't do it. But this game, it gives you a way. And if we're talking about accessibility, I think you can get rid of the auto combos and really just keep that in the game. Like I think that's enough for that. Not having to do motion inputs for certain moves to make the layout of the combo maybe just a bit easier. So you can still feel technical in executing a long combo without it feeling button mashy like the auto combos are right now at this very moment. But so I do love that. Apparently this is one thing. Apparently I didn't play the first like two betas of this game. This is my first like hands-on with Tokon, and watching Maximilian, Brian F, and all these other people talk about how this game was in the past two betas. I am glad I wasn't able to play this game in the past, because apparently like a lot of the stuff that I was doing combo wise, like using the whole team in one combo, tagging and all that, like apparently that just was not there in the older builds. And so I guess that's good for me, because I would have dropped this game immediately. And I think that's one of the things that's really the only thing I ask for in the fighting game, is just be loose. Give me the ability to have some crazy offense and combos, but at the same time, like we're about to get into right now, give me some good defensive options, alright? And we got a couple of those. Alright, there's not like a traditional push block or anything, but you've got, it's like a counter that you use with your assist. You press light attack and the assist button at the same time. So that would be square and X if you're on the controller PlayStation. And I didn't get too deep into it. You see me use it more here in the matches with this dude here, but I think there's 3 variations of what this is. You could use it in neutral by itself without being hit, and it just acts as an overhead just for some mix-up game between your light and medium lows and stuff. It can be used as a counter, so if you're like holding back, and I guess that's kind of the push block, but it's not called that. It's not called parry, but there's the deflect. I think that's what it's called when you're holding back. It's the deflect. And the thing is, this is where the mind games come in, because your opponent, if he knows that you're about to deflect his offense, then he can call that out and call his own deflect, and counter right back. And there's 2 levels to this. It's a regular counter on that, and then there's the perfect deflect. And I think this works both ways. If you perfectly time it, it essentially acts like a perfect parry, then you could launch it into a combo. But if he gets a perfect deflect counter, then I think it acts as the same way for him. So I love mind games like that. I love in-depth mechanics like that. And that was fun, actually, being able, you see it in this match, like I said, not this match specifically, but in these sets with this guy, that I was finally starting to get in the flow state of Tokon, using the flex system, using my assist to move in when I'm full screen. Because like I said, I was kind of playing this like a traditional 1v1. I was just getting completely zoned out by like Magneto, Miss Marvel, just annoying ass shit, essentially, just keep being keeped out. And I was having a hard time, and I was thinking about dropping the game because I didn't know how to get around it, because I wasn't using my other 3 characters, my assist, to get in and cover me. And once I started doing that, I started learning, started having a great time, and I cannot wait to get this game in August when it comes out. Alright, now we were going to move into the negatives now, and there's only one negative really, and I think I probably wouldn't have this feeling literally if I didn't start playing 2XKO the same week. But the movement tech in 2XKO is crazy. At least the grounded movement tech. I think in this game, since it's like superheroes and stuff, they really want you to like be neutral jumping, dashing up, zooming in, like flying in with these characters, you know. I was kind of getting mad at Storm because I couldn't get in quick enough to be able to do any mix-ups, but that's because you can't like wave dash and double dash forward like you can in 2XKO. You can only like dash back really quickly going backwards in Tokon. And so when you're trying to do like dash cancels, like double dashes like you do in 2XKO in this game, your character just stops. And that was kind of rough for me to get used to, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm kind of being lenient on that negative just because of the fact that, like I said, in the sets with this game, I mean with this dude, like I started getting used to the fact of using the air for as my forward mobility instead of trying to get ahead quickly on the ground. You just can't do that in this game really. So that's really my only negative though, man. I love the rooms. I didn't know if this guy was still playing, but this almost felt like a soft launch. You were able to play like the first few chapters of the Spider-Man story, I believe. I don't know how far they let you get into it, but they had a full-on trading mode. They had a full functional offline mode. They had like 2 or 3 other, I'm assuming like bot modes that they're gonna have in the game that we weren't able to play now, but they had them ready to show at the very least in the menu. So I think this is gonna be a great year for Tokon, and honestly this is just a great year for fighting games in general. It's probably what my next video is going to be about, just the fact that I feel like SpongeBob in that episode where he was on Squidward turned the Krusty Krab into a fine dining restaurant, and you know, he was just like, I can't do it. Because we got Avatar Legends, so I'm about to like start playing that too. I just felt like SpongeBob was like, I can't do it. I can't do it, Squidward. It's what? It's like every page, every combo, every direction, front, left, right, and center. Don't you understand? My brain is prone to bursting, and I feel like if I'm gonna have to memorize one more combo, I'm gonna explode. That's what I feel like. I feel like SpongeBob right now. But anyway, guys, that is my impressions of Tokon. I'm kinda in love with it, and I can't wait for this next week and a half to go by so I can get my goddamn hands on it permanently. Alright, so it's been your boy Broadway. I'm telling this guy right here that I gotta go put my son to sleep, and quite the opposite now, I gotta go get my son up. So yeah, you guys be safe, keep pace, and have faith out there. It's a crazy world, and I need you guys to come back, survive, subscribe, so we can play some Marvel Tokon. Alright? It's been your boy Broadway, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!